Okay, class, picking up where we left off at, we were supposed to take 900 times 3.14 to get an approximate answer. So we got 2,826, and that's cubic yards. And this is the approximation of the volume. Now, we have volumes of a cone and a sphere. The volume of a cone is the area 1/3 of the base times the height. The base is pi radius squared. The volume V of a right circular cone that has a height h and radius r is given by the formula. So it's 1/3 pi r squared h. The volume of a sphere is calculated using a formula. Volume is equal to 4/3 pi radius cubed. The volume V of a sphere of radius r is given by the formula, which we have here. Now it says, what is the volume of a cone with a radius of 6 inches and a height of 20 inches? So we need the volume of a cone. Now we can go back here. The volume of a cone, which is 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, so now we will substitute in the values. We have 1/3 pi, the radius is 6 squared, and then the height is 20. Now we know 6 squared is 36 times 20. Now if we multiply this out, this will end up giving us 720 over 3 times pi. Now 720, 3 goes into 720 240 times. So it'll be 240 pi inches cubed. Now this is the exact answer. Now to get the approximate answer, we will take our calculator and take 240 times 3.14, and that will give us 753.6, and it'd be cubic inches. So that's the exact, that's the approximate. Now it said, what is the volume of a sphere with a radius of 9 inches? Volume of a sphere, I believe, is 4/3 pi r squared, or pi r cubed. I think it may be pi r cubed. Yes, it's pi r cubed. So now we have the volume is equal to 4/3 times pi, and the radius here is 9, so it'd be 9 cubed. And 9 cubed is 729, so it'd be 4/3 pi times 729. Now, we will multiply this here. We will take 729 times 4, which will give us 2,916. We'll divide that by 3. And that will give us 972. So it'll be 972 pi cubic inches. Now this is the exact answer. Now the approximation, we will take our calculator, take 972 times 3.14, and we have 3,052.08 cubic inches. That is the final answer. Now we go down here to this example. It says an ice cream cone is 5 inches deep and has a radius of 1 inch. A spherical cone of ice cream also has a radius of 1 inch. If the ice cream melts into the cone, will it overflow? So we need to compare the volumes here. So we have the volume of this cone, which we know would be 1/3 times pi radius squared h. And we have the volume of this sphere, because you know ice cream is typically in a sphere. So it'd be 4/3 pi radius cubed. So we have 1/3 times pi. The radius here is 1. And they say the inches deep, which would be the height, which would be 5. And then here with this sphere, I have 4/3 pi, and the radius would be 1. Now we would have, 1 squared is 1 times 5 is 5. So it'd be 5/3 pi. And then we would have here, this ended up being 4/3 pi. Now we know 5/3 is larger than 4/3. So this would be, well, pi inches cubed. So we know that the answer will be no, because it's deeper. The volume here is more than what this ice cream would melt to be. Okay, next, surface area. Now we're given the surface areas for a cube, a rectangular solid, and a circular cylinder. Okay, now it says finding the surface area of a solid. Now, this surface area goes like this. First, we need to label everything. This would be my length, this would be my height, and this would be my width. So if we look back up here at this formula, it's a little out of sight here. Let me make this a little smaller so we can see this formula. All right. Let's go here. Okay, as you see, the formula goes like this. Surface area is equal to 2 times the length times the width, plus 2 times the length times the height, plus 2 times the width times the height. So we need to substitute. The length here is 8, so it'll be, well, let me give myself a little bit more room. So we will have the surface area is equal to 2 times the length, which is 8, and the width, which is 5, plus 2 times the length, which is 8, and the height, which is 3, plus 2 times the width, which is 5, and the height, which is 3. So we will have 80 plus 48 plus 30. So when we put this all together, this will give us 158. And this is surface area, so we know area is always square yards, square inches, square feet, something squared. So this is our surface area. This measures all of the surface of this three-dimensional figure. And this is our final answer. And we are done.